Hey guys, this is Damien from Metal Detecting Gear. So now I'm going to show you the WS5 headphones from XP. They come in a package like this. I'm going to pop that open and pull that out. And already there's the Deus on one side. Oops, it's not on the other side because it fell off. Where does that go? Guess it goes right there. Guess I'm gonna have to epoxy that. And they're not staying, it's not staying on, so back in the box that little piece goes. You know, I've seen a lot of pictures of these. I haven't used these yet. These are the WS5s by XP, and that Deus little sticker, that's pretty much ready to come off too. I noticed there was a bit of gop and goo on that side. It was from that WS4 decal coming off. So you can see that little sticker's already peeling up on the edges. For the price, which are like $420 retail for these, I expected, you know, really fantastic feel and quality to these when they came out of the box. I was a little bit disappointed when I first got them in my hands. They're nice, they're solid, you know, I think that's a nice looking pad up there. The pad's a little cheap feeling. I was surprised at that versus, you know, the Gray Ghosts, about the same, I guess, in feeling. A little more padding on the WS5s though. The headphones feel soft and everything. And there's the module, so you don't have to clip in your WS4s. These WS5s already have the modules in. Adjusting them a bit, you know, they're a little loose compared to the Gray Ghost, but they adjust nicely. At least there's not a wire coming out right there that you have to deal with. There's, on the Gray Ghost, you've got a wire running up through the top, connecting either side of the headphone. The nice thing about the WS5s from Deus, from XP, is that there's no wire sticking out there. Other than that, both of them fold up small like this. The Gray Ghosts do as well. So when these fold up, they fold up even smaller. I definitely will say that they feel about the same in weight. Obviously I have not put the module on here, so that's gonna add a slight little bit. I'd say the WS4s feel ever so slightly lighter than the Gray Ghosts. Now comfort wise, adjust these out a little bit, put these on my head. About the same, if not a little bit less noise cancellation. I can hear my voice a little bit better with these on. When I have the Gray Ghost on, I feel like there's a little more noise cancellation. I'm hearing my voice less with these Gray Ghosts on. These Gray Ghosts also are pressing on my head a bit more tightly, which feels okay now, but how's that going to feel after 4 hours or so? The XP Deus, I don't feel like it's canceling as much noise. I definitely do not, but definitely it'll cancel more noise than using the WS4 headphones. However, I feel like the tone value of these WS5s are going to be much, much better than the Gray Ghosts, based on what I've heard on YouTube. So obviously I need to get out in the field and test them myself, and I'll find that out. So they feel comfortable. I think they feel very, very light and comfortable. As a glasses wearer, I appreciate having a full set of headphone on because I feel like it's holding my glasses on a little bit better. Same thing with both headphones. So the only thing, as I said, I've noticed is that their little stickers are peeling right off. The Deus is about to come off, and the WS4 sticker has already come off. So I guess I'll get out the epoxy glue and add a little bit of glue and glue those back on, or just pull them completely off depending on what I feel like doing. So I don't think these are charged right now, but I could check. The only other thing to show you is this nice little waterproof, or probably water resistant, little plug that protects the USB port in there for charging. So that feels good. As wimpy as the WS4 headphones seem, I've had them for 2 years now, and I've never had a problem with them falling apart or anything like that. It's just that I wear glasses, and the WS4 arm that sits there to hold the headphones on starts to really hurt the top of my ears. So I'm looking forward to having that a more comfortable over-the-ear headphone, as well as a little bit of noise cancellation, and I'm hoping a little bit of better tones with the WS5s than with the Grey Ghost. But that's pretty much it for the unboxing of the WS5s from XP. So I wanted to add to the initial unboxing and initial thoughts I had on the WS5s by XP Deus. It's been a year since I've been using these pretty regularly, and it's weird. This summer I definitely started going back to the WS4s to have something lighter on my head. Alright, so I am glad I kept the WS4s, definitely for summer. There's just so much lighter on my ears than the WS5s, and I do get ear fatigue though after about 4 hours, like I said. So what I do is I kind of take the bit that's on top of my ear, pull it out, and just kind of rest this pressured up against my ear after a while. They do, just resting up against my ear, they basically have enough tension that they stay on pretty well. I don't have to put them over my ear, you know, because that definitely starts to hurt after a while. So I wanted to come back after a year of using these and give a quick feeling reference of what I think about these. I think the tones are fantastic on the WS5s. They match the WS4 tones. I did not like the Grey Ghosts when I put the WS4 modules on them. The tones felt mushy and terrible. I'm told the Vances do better, but I doubt they're as good, as sweet as the XP's sounds. The Vance did a lot of selecting of different speakers in order to get just the right tone. So, and I did try them on this summer, the Vances, and they felt relatively comfortable. So I might try them. But I have to say, other than the tones, I'm disappointed in the WS5s. They just do not feel like they're worth the $400+ that you have to pay for them. I feel like they're cheap feeling. The sticker that said WS5 XP Deus right there and right there fell off immediately. Put some real glue on your stickers, XP, please. You pay this much for headphones, you don't expect the stickers to fall off immediately after you take them out of the box. Secondly, XP, put some padding in your packaging. There was no padding when I bought my rather expensive 11-inch coil, and as a result, the lower bar rubbed on the coil and made a whole bunch of scuffs on top of it. You saw me in the video earlier just pull these directly out of the box with absolutely no padding whatsoever. So for that price point, you expect them to be sitting in some decent padding when you open the box, not just chucked in a little cheap, flimsy box. As you can see here, I've had to put gaffer tape on the top and the bottom of my pads. These pads fall off pretty much by looking at them. My daughter pulls them off. Just pulling them on and off your head will snag and yank off the pads. I have heard that XP's come out with some better gripping pads, and I could maybe write the company and get them to send me some, but I was tired of having to put these pads back on every time they fell off, so I've taped them on. Under these pads is a small little, I'm tracing it with my hand right now, a small little cheap speaker. The rest of this pad is nothing but flat piece of plastic. I don't feel like pulling off the pad to demonstrate it, but right here I'm tracing how big the speaker is with my finger. They have held up pretty good, I have to admit. They haven't fallen apart or anything other than the pads coming off. They don't necessarily fit tight enough on your head to block out sounds. They really don't offer any noise any noise cancellation whatsoever. So they don't press against your ears real tight and block out noise the way the Grey Ghosts do. So by comparison, here is a pair of V-Moda crossfades. These are $250 headphones. They are just feel like Porsches, okay? These feel like Chevys. Honestly, XP, these feel like a cheap pair of COS headphones. The weight, the feeling of them is just not a $400 premium item. It just really isn't. So these $250 crossfades by V-Moda just sit on your ear and just give you this experience of quality. The Deus just kind of sit on your ear, and I feel like they're a little bit loose. So number one thing of these is the tone. The tones are just fantastic. You know, if you're used to XP's tone in any of their headphones, you're going to love these. Number two, I would say, is the convenience of having the module in the headphone and not having to clip it on. But that's where the greatness of these kind of ends. Okay, I'll give them a number three. They've held together pretty well in a year of use. But I think the pads are cheap. The speaker that they've got in there making those tones. Oh, by the way, see that little bump that's in there? That is the top part of this USB enclosure poking up into the speaker. So this little thing's my left and my right. So this little tab that water seals the USB a little bit goes pushing up in there and sticks in there as a bump. See it? That's the bottom of the plastic tab I just pushed in, and it's loose right there. Luckily that doesn't hit my ear when these are on. But I don't know, so tones, I give these a 10 because they're just sweet sounding XP tones. But for the price, I give these a 5 as far as the feel. I will have to give them an 8 or so for durability, because other than the pads falling off, which I've deducted points for, the rest of them have held up pretty well. So great tones. Modules in the right there. I have trouble plugging in the USB into there. I don't find it's very easy to plug that in. But fit and finish for the price, I just think that they really skimped on these. I love XP, I love the Deus, but I have a less than stellar feeling about these WS5s. I've been tempted to sell them and just use my module on the WS4s on a pair of Vances. I still might do that. We'll see. I would say if you're looking for an over-the-ear solution for Deus, I would actually save your money and get Vances. If you have the money to buy these and you want to stay with an XP product and you don't care that these really don't cancel much sound out and they fit a little loose and you might have trouble keeping the pads on, then go with the XP WS5s. That's been my honest opinion. Check out my site at metaldetectinggear.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out my blog. Leave a post on my blog if you would. Love to hear from you with any suggestions on or comments or whatever you have. So good luck and happy hunting. This is Damien for MD Gear.